This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Night Force 2-pack of Vincent R. Falcon, Falcone, and Quarrel. More specifically, in this review, we are going to look at Vincent R. Falcon, Falcone. So, on the front of the box, obviously, we see the two figures. Quarrel is actually based on one of the original Action Force characters back in the 80s from the line that was released in the UK and Europe, based off of the Scarlet body. Falcon was a Night Force character back in the 80s himself. On the side here, we have an image of Quarrel looking very serious and Falcon with that smug little smile on his face. On the back, we have the product photos or renders, and it kind of looks like they might be in that crystal cavern from the mask device, which we will be getting apparently a Snake Eyes and Polar Bear set for. Hopefully they give us the entire mask device, even if it's piecemeal with sets. And on the other side, we just get the usual BS with the little icons that, it'd be nice if they actually put out what they're supposed to stand for at some point. Obviously, internally, they have to know. Let's go ahead and open this sucker up. Ta-da! Alright, so here we have Falcon. I don't know if I did that when I was taking it out of the package or not, but that's really kind of a shame that the antenna on his backpack already has wear on it just from taking it out, or it was already like that when it was in there. This should probably have been packed as a separate piece just to avoid that sort of thing happening. As far as other equipment goes, we've got a shotgun with a folding brace, although it doesn't really fold all the way down. And it has extra ammo or extra shells on the back. At least I think this is supposed to be a shotgun. We have, I don't know what this is called. If anybody knows, please tell me. But it came with the Night Creep, not the Night Creeper. It came with the Viper that had the skull face. I cannot for the life of me remember what the hell that thing is called. It's actually been one of my favorite figures because the design is so creepy ass looking, but I cannot remember the damn name. We've got a knife, which looks like it fits in his backpack here. I think we've actually gotten this backpack with another character besides Falcon, but I could be wrong. We have another gun with a removable nutsack. Machine gun. We have a pistol with extended magazine or clip. We have the Night Force, or a Night Force colored helmet. And this is actually a fully replaceable head, not just a helmet. I kind of wonder what the Joe team is doing when they do these things, because we've gotten full helmets that just go over the heads, and we're occasionally getting the helmets that aren't going over the heads. We have the night vision goggles. Looks like the same ones that came with both versions of Tunnel Rat. We have a Night Force flashlight with the red to help hide the light from others. I'm pretty sure this is the same flashlight that hooks to the backpack on Tunnel Rat. Unfortunately, seems to be another one of those situations where we've got a lot of equipment that just won't attach to the figure again. So let's take a look at Falcon himself. Head sculpt wise, this is supposed to be a new head sculpt. I never got around to opening the first Falcon that they put out, but I've heard everybody complain that he has a terrible head sculpt and looks like an old man. This one, honestly, he reminds me of a specific British actor that I'm thinking of, but I cannot for the life of me place the name. But like I can see him and I can hear his voice, but I can't remember what he's in. But I think he may have passed away recently too. Articulation wise, his shoulder armor here is attached to his biceps and not his harness in this case. I'm kind of curious as to how much they might interfere. It's definitely going to affect the bicep swivel, but on the one side, I mean, we spin it all around 360, during the reviews, but obviously you're not going to be able to bend a bicep 360 degrees, right? Anyway, he does have this neckerchief thing, which I think that has come with the Vipers and that same freaking Cobra character that I cannot remember the name of. But anyway, articulation wise, while the neck does kind of have, it still kind of does the chicken neck thing. I've been noticing a lot lately that the more recent Joe figures that are coming out do not have as much movement in the base of the neck as they did previously. So I might actually have to stop calling it a chicken neck. But, his head is on a ball joint. There is no hinge up there like some of the previous figures have had. But we can spin his head all around, look down, look up. He's got a good look up. Not quite as much for a down, but of course off to the side and so forth as well. And we have a hinge. We have a butterfly joint, and this is actually quite a large butterfly joint going on here. I mean, hell, you can even see how much of that we're actually looking at when we move it. We can kind of hinge up. Oh, shit. I think, and that came off. Let's just take that one off too. Looking at this joint here, I think actually that's as high as we can get it to go if we're being cautious. And I cannot get the other arm to move that far. So I'm not sure. I think the new jointing that they're doing on the shoulders doesn't allow for as high of a bend. And this one, it's just fused as hell. So I can't get the other one. I cannot get this right arm to move up all the way like we can with the left. And of course, as you saw, the shoulder armor just kind of fell off with it. Are they still considered shoulder pauldrons if they're not actually attached to the armor? Anyway, he does have a bicep cut. Obviously, the armor interferes with us doing the full 360, but it does move normal like. We have a double jointed elbow, like so. He's got really hairy forearms. Let's see. He's got a ab crunch. Though, to be fair, the harness does interfere quite a bit with the crunching part. We got the ball joint at the waist, allowing us to spin it around and rotate a bit here so we can wiggle. We still have the drop down hips. We can kick forward so far. We can kick back yay far. And we can, of course, kick out. About like that. Again, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's something to do with the design, but I'm pretty sure most of the other figures that I've looked at have been able to kick a little bit. They've been able to do the splits better than this guy. But that might just be the style of the hips on this one. Because he does have like the extra wrinkly cloth there. Oh my gosh. Everything on this figure is like fused. So on the left knee, we can go ahead and bend it all the way. For that double joint. On the right knee, the bottom part is stuck. There we go. Got it. We have the spin at the boot. And a hinge and a spin at the ankle. My hand actually kind of hurts after trying to force all that. We have his beret for his standard look. We can pop off the head and put the Night Force helmet on there. So this is another one of those cases where you could... It's just me, or does the helmet look too small for the body? You know, I'm kind of wondering right now if they gave us two of the female steel core helmets in this pack instead of a male and female helmet. I'll have to compare that with the helmet that came with Quarrel later. His backpack still fits into place. You can obviously hold this flashlight, although that armor keeps on falling off. Yeah, it is kind of too bad. It's just funny, there's a little loop in his belt here, so it's honestly too bad they don't have something that would actually fit in that loop. The Night Force Night Vision goggles, or the Night Vision goggles in general, fit on his head just fine. Honestly, they might sit on his head better than they did on Tunnel Rat, to be perfectly honest. You can hold the shotgun just well. One of the problems sometimes I feel with the backpacks here have been is that they don't have a long enough peg to work around the body armor. Because right now, you have to have this angled for it to even go in the back. So I think that's something that needs to be worked on with the Joe team. This is a grenade launcher, I think, actually, now that I think about it. Codename, Falcon, Green Beret. File name, Falcone, Vincent R, SN number. Primary military specialty, infantry. Secondary military specialty, medic. That's actually kind of surprising to hear, to be honest. Birthplace, Fayetteville, North Carolina, grade 02, first lieutenant. It's kind of nice that they had started giving us the actual positions along with the grade. Lieutenant Falcon is a second-generation Green Beret. His father served with the SFGA, Special Forces Group Airborne, from its beginning at Fort Bragg's Smoke Bomb Hill. Falcon was cross-trained in demolitions and served briefly with the 5th FSGA Blue Light Counter-Terrorist Unit as a Team XO executive officer. He is proficient in Spanish, French, Arabic, and Swahili, and is a qualified expert with most NATO and Warsaw Pact small arms. It's kind of funny because I feel like Swahili is that language that everybody uses as a joke for, that they want to learn in TV shows. Leading a covert team at night in poor visibility conditions and under strict noise discipline seems almost impossible. Lieutenant Falcon accomplishes this task by establishing an intimate rapport with his team, working with them to earn their respect. A Night Force team led by Lieutenant Falcon functions almost as a single entity, with each member alert, responsive, and trusting each other to do his job. That's a far cry from the screw-up he was in G.I. Joe the movie, if you watch that one, which if you haven't, I suggest you watch it. There's also no mention on his file card about his relationship to Duke, because he's supposed to be like Duke's half-brother, I believe. Younger half-brother. So anyway, I think that'll do it for our look at Lieutenant Falcon here. The Night Force one looks really good. I do suspect, though, that a lot of people are going to probably be popping off the Night Force head and sticking it on the previous release of Lieutenant Falcon. Which, you know what? That may be the reason why they gave us a helmet, even though it looks like they gave us the female helmet, was for the people who might buy a second 2-pack just so they can swap the heads. And having just a full Night Force helmet you can stick on there means that you just have an extra Night Force character in the background. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this. Please feel free to leave a like. Let me know what you think of the figures. And you know what? If you enjoy this content, you can hit that little notification bell. Or if you just like being tortured by listening to me, I'll take it either way. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.